Oh, fucking Lala, man.
Thank you. Boom, boom. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Please make sure that you can hear me. Put it in the chat if you can hear me, because I don't even want to get started unless I am heard. I'm not even going to get started. I need y'all to put it in the chat that you can hear me. If you can hear me, we will get started. If you cannot hear me, then I'll have to adjust. Somebody said loud and clear. Welcome to the pettiest day of the week, baby. It is Tuesday. My name is Megan McGlover. I am the pettiest of the petty, especially on Tuesday. Okay, Tuesday, I have declared, is in fact the pettiest day of the week. We're going to work on making it some kind of a national weekly holiday. Now we've got somebody in office that can understand this level of petty. And so we might need to put some proclamations and declarations in, declamations or whatever they're called. We may have to start signing petitions so that we can get Tuesday to be in the calendar as petty. Okay, Petty Tuesday. My name is Megan McGlover. I'm so happy that you are here. So many of you guys have showed up. Some of you have already put in where you're from. Somebody put in the comments, Bronx is in the building. And so I'm just so happy. Athens, Georgia is in the building. I'm so happy that you guys are here. I love you so much. If there's anybody in here from California, living in California, of course, our prayers are with you. We are going to discuss a lot of things. Harlem is in the building. Huntsville, Alabama is in the building over there with Oakwood College, which is now called Oakwood University. Connecticut is in the building. Oh, there is, somebody from Los Angeles. Coastal Carolina, Stone Mountain, Georgia is in the building. Okay, so listen, we're going to get right into it because Philadelphia's in the building. What kind of cheesesteak do you use? Do you use the melted cheese or you use the squiggly cheese? I need to know that because that's important. Las Vegas, Boise, Idaho, California, somebody from Mississippi, South Carolina. Okay, we're going to get right into it because we have a very special guest on with us today. This is a woman who I admire. She is a psychologist, licensed psychologist. She is extremely intelligent. She herself is from New York, I believe Brooklyn, if I'm not mistaken. Brooklyn, y'all know how I feel about Brooklyn. Bed-Stuy, stand up, okay? And so she's from Brooklyn and very, very intelligent woman. She is a mother. She is a professor. And she knows her stuff. And so, as you guys know, when I came back to bringing you the petty, I wanted to do something a little bit different instead of just doing monologues all the time, which I'm very good at. But instead of just doing monologues all the time, I wanted to bring different guests with different perspectives so that we could begin to have some conversations. I believe that some of the biggest problems that we are having, particularly in this country, is we're not having conversations. It's just a lot of attacking going on. And if one person doesn't agree with the other person, then you start name calling and all this other kind of stuff. And so, I wanted to be able to show that as adults, we should be able to have conversations, especially if, in fact, we care about the same thing, which I would believe would be our humanity and our country. Now, this lady, however, we don't disagree on too much stuff. So this is going to be a pretty good Petty Tuesday. It ain't going to be a whole lot of trying to figure out what your opinion is and what you think about this. Well, what about that? No. It's going to be just straight petty tonight. It's going to be straight petty tonight. Okay? So let's bring her in. This lady, I want y'all to put your hands together for, we call her Dr. Tracy. Put your hands together for Dr. Tracy in the chat. I do not have the sound effects or whatever. But anyways, we thank God that Dr. Tracy's in the building. She just got back from Aruba.
Yep.
Right? From
yes.
Aruba.
Yes.
She is a traveler. She travels all over the world all the time. And when I say all the time, I mean all the time. She's probably in other countries or at least in other states more than she's at her own house. So, y'all put your hands together for Dr. Tracy. Dr. Tracy's in the building. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Megan. It's so nice to be here. You just had me cracking up backstage. I got to wipe the tears from my eyes from laughing. Okay, so give me a second.
Well, we're going to be laughing. Get you some tissues, some Kleenex, get whatever you need, because we're going to be laughing today because we got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. These people that pissed me off. This thing done got this thing. Oh, okay. So let me just first. I wasn't gonna start here, but we might as well just go ahead and start here because it's an issue. DEI has caused a lot of problems.
Oh yeah,
for diverse people, because I believe that when diverse people really should get the job, now people are starting to, to look at Black people, females, whatever. They're starting to look at these diverse people and say, should we really be hiring you? Or, are you really able to do the job? Are you really adequate for the job? This type of thing. It's actually doing something worse.
Yes. 100%. 100%. I agree. It's interesting because you remember when we were coming up and we said as being a Black woman, we had to prove ourselves twice. Remember that? Mothers, you got to prove yourself when you get a job for being a woman. Then you got to prove yourself for being Black. Well, now we got to prove ourselves 3 times thanks to DEI.
Yeah.
We got to prove ourselves being a woman. We got to prove ourselves being Black. But now we got to prove that we weren't hired because of DEI, that we were hired based on our qualifications. And the sad part is it's even people who have qualifications.
Right. So well, and that's the point I'm making. It's like, and I don't think that people are really understanding that. They're not grasping that this has backfired in a very, very bad way because you just put people in place based on color or gender or sexuality or whatever. And now then you find out that these people can't do the daggone job. Nope. Then it makes all of us look like we can't do the job when in fact some of us could do the job
and could do it well and do it better. Yes, exactly.
So now you have, because this one lady back in I don't know if it was Seattle, I remember it was a white lady, she sued Starbucks and won millions and millions of dollars because she was passed over for a position that she should have gotten, but they put somebody in place that was a DEI hire, but she was able to prove that no, it should have been her. Now they have to pay millions and millions of dollars to this lady. Now you pay, so DEI got you paying millions of dollars to a white lady? Does it even make any sense?
I just laughed about that because that is so backfired. It's not even funny. That is so
so DEI is supposed to put diverse people ahead. You done made it so bad that DEI done put the white lady more ahead. She won something like $19 million. It was some crazy amount of money. So this DEI is just it. We've got to, and I don't think. Let me be clear, because I don't want to give the wrong. I do think that you need to have diversity. I do think that you need to have inclusion, but I don't think that you need to have diversity and inclusion just blanket, just like straight up like, oh, well, you check off a couple of these boxes, so let's hire you.
Yeah. You don't need diversity and inclusion at the expense of skills and talent.
That's right.
And that's what it's the same old thing. You take something that could be good and you just do it so bad that it turns worse. It turns out worse. It could have been a good thing. I mean, it's basically affirmative action that we had, 30 years ago, but it's affirmative action taken to a whole nother level that is actually bypassing the skills. So, for those of our younger viewers who are not Gen X's, right?
Yeah.
And they like, what affirmative? Okay. So back in the day, affirmative action was very simple. If you had two people with equal skill set and one of them was a minority, but they had to have equal skill set, then you wanted to lean towards the person, the business wanted to lean towards the person who's the minority, like you said, to add some diversity, to make sure there's inclusion. DEI, however, has no bearing on skill set. DEI looks at race first. And I'm sorry, but to me, that's the most racist thing that you can do. So in the name of DEI, you're being a racist. Let's talk about that. Come on.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not sure who was involved in putting this together, but they messed up something terrible. Because are you people liking and sharing? Because you need to be liking and sharing. Okay, come on, let's get this done. I need some moderators in here. Pick yourselves. Okay, pick your own self if you want to moderate. Tell these people to like and subscribe. Hurry up. Okay, because this thing has it really makes race it makes race so like polarized. Yes. You know what I mean? That it makes you racist.
Yeah.
It's like who is thinking about this? No one is thinking about this. Like so let's say DEI was reversed. Okay, right. So let's say white people are only going to hire white people based on the fact that they're white, not based on the fact that they are skilled or adequate for the job. Right. That is, I mean, we petition it on the streets if we find out they're doing that. So how is it on the reverse that you guys are not seeing that this is a problem? You have to hire people based on the fact that they can do the job and do the job well. You cannot be hiring people just because they're black or Mexican or white or Asian or whatever. What I'm trying to figure out, was y'all not thinking at all? Was smoking bad weed, bumping weird cocaine? What were you doing?
You know what? To me, it's the same old, you know? You in for a penny, in for a pound. You try to do a little and everybody, it takes it too far. Now, I don't know if you have seen this, but there was a study that came out like about a month ago where they looked at like DEI programs within corporations. And they found the findings were focusing on DEI in both the hiring, but also in training, like doing DEI training and all, actually made people more racist. I can share the study with you. You can share it with your viewers.
Yes, please.
Because I read it and I was like, so this is why, I don't know if you've noticed, but in the last few weeks, a lot of major corporations are dialing back on DEI.
Yeah.
Because that study came out and it's like, oh, so wait, so what you're saying is, oh, I don't know. Listen, you know what? I'm going to tell you that you know this about me already. Okay. Right.
Mm-hmm. Let them know.
I'm going to say it straight. And if it hurts your heart, get a harder heart. Okay.
Right. If it hurts your heart, just make sure you push like and subscribe and share before you leave the room. So do it now. Everybody push like, share, subscribe now. And before she say whatever she gonna say, just in case some of y'all got soft booties in here. Okay, go ahead.
So like I said, this thing came out, and it was a few people what they were doing was trying to make up for the whole BLM, the riots, all of that, and they were throwing money out there. But honestly speaking, they did it just for profit. It was a profit-making endeavor. It had absolutely nothing to do with white guilt. It had nothing to do with being more self-aware. It had nothing to do with feeling bad. It had to do with companies like Starbucks, companies like McDonald's, like Target, like a lot of these corporations. They threw money at BLM back in the day, and that wasn't enough. So they decided to go quote unquote public. And it honestly was for one reason and one reason only: public relations. We want to be seen as. Right. And I hate to say it, and this is the part that might hurt somebody's heart. Y'all folks fell for it every single time.
Every time.
You fell for the okie doke. Stop falling for the okie doke. Somebody hands you a dime and you grateful for that. And not realizing that you could go out and make $20, $40, $50 on your own.
That's right. That's
So
right. Yeah. And that goes also, of course, we're talking a lot about color, gender, etc. But that goes so much for the trans people as well.
Yeah,
like having to hire, I'm from the old school. Okay, I'm from the old school, and I'm not old, but I'm from the old school. You didn't used to be able to go to work with holes in your face and stuff
Lord.
dangling down your nose and all up in your eyebrows and all this other kind of stuff. You used to have to wear a uniform and all this other kind of stuff. You go to some of these places that are woke or whatever, and you like, I don't want him making my food.
Thank you.
Him, her, them, whatever you call yourself. I don't want you making my food, because one of them things might drop down into my food. You got stuff hanging here. Your hair is here. It's not combed. All this stuff going on. And I'm trying to figure out, how is it possible that with this much offense, because to be honest with you, as a consumer, I am offended sometimes by what I see, because it's not business. You're bringing your personal identifiers into a company, and I don't want to see that, because I'm paying for a level of customer service. I'm paying for a level of business. Okay. And so when you bring in your personal identifiers into something, then I feel like I then now have to be the customer service to you.
Yep.
Because if I don't like it, I can't tell you I don't like it. And the customer used to always be right. So if I say, if a waitress comes over to me and you got stuff hanging here, there, your lip is half, split your tongue in half, this is over here and all this other stuff, and I'm not judging. I just don't want you to be in charge of my food. I don't want all that gothicness on my spaghetti, okay? So if I'm sitting at a restaurant, okay, and I don't go to cheap restaurants, okay? So if I'm sitting at a restaurant and here comes them, okay, it's one person, but here comes them, here comes legions, okay? Like, here you come. I don't have the right, because of all this stuff that you guys have done, I don't have the right to say, I don't want that person to wait on me. I want somebody else. Because if I do that, then you want to try to sue and all this other stuff, but the customer is always right.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And the thing about it's all about feelings. It's more about the feelings of the person serving you or taking care of you than it is about the customer. And first
I'm
of all,
trying to figure out how that even happened. How did that happen? Because when we're talking about business, okay? When we're talking about business, the number one thing for business is what? KPIs.
Yes.
Bottom lines, money.
Yep.
So if you are offending the customer, then how is it that you're getting some money, honey?
Well, they're not. And that's why that's another reason they're dialing back. I mean, we can name the companies, Target, Bud Light, all of them. They offended the customers so much that the customers stopped coming. And now, you know what? We've been enlightened and we just really, it's money. Money started it and money is ending it, but it's not quick enough. That's the crazy part.
I'm trying to find this one picture of this guy. But yeah, money talks and BS walks. And there's a lot of BS going on because, again, being homosexual is not new.
Exactly.
People have been gay for a long time, and gay people have had jobs.
Yes.
So why is it all of a sudden that you got to be so gay that we know you're gay? I'm trying to figure out, how is me ordering spaghetti at a restaurant and you making sure that I know who you sleep with go together? That's my question. Why do I have to know who you're sleeping with based on how you look when I'm trying to get some spaghetti, extra sauce?
So can I give my opinion on that?
Yes, you may.
Okay. Because
come on, Tracy, tell us what it is.
We have a generation that they are so engrossed and they are so self-centered that their feelings are more important than your service. Their feelings are more important than money. Their feelings are, so it's not about, like you said, it's not about just you knowing who they're sleeping with, right? They not only want you to know who they're sleeping with, but they insist that you accept who they're sleeping with, that you applaud them for who they're sleeping with.
That's what it is.
And the minute you do that, even if you just ignore it, they're offended because you're not giving them the satisfaction, you're not giving them the praise.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Because see, that's what it is. Because we've gone way past acceptance.
Yeah.
We've gone into, I have to applaud it. Yep. I have to, you know what? I used to hang out with, I have a lot of gay friends, gay male friends. I used to hang out with gay guys all the time. Mm-hmm. And, the whole, yes, girl, Miss Thing, yes, honey, all that, right? We used to do that all the time. I have stopped doing that the last few years. I don't even, engage like that anymore because for me, it's like I have to do that in order for you to feel comfortable, but not for me to feel comfortable.
Right.
Like I can't even, I go to if I go to a restaurant or I go to a clothing store or something, and there just so happens to be a gay salesman there, a young gay guy. Oh, hey, Miss Thing. Yes, girl. I mean, I love your dreads, honey. And I love those glasses. So where'd you get that polka dot shirt? Don't talk to me like that. It drives me insane. I'm not your home girl, boy. I am a customer. Yes. It is yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You're beautiful. May I help you? Is there anything particular that you're looking for? Why are you coming up to me like I'm your Judy, like I'm your home girl? Yes, girl, Miss Thing. Yes, girl. What are you doing?
But that's a whole nother level, because that's not even about being gay or trans. It's that generation. They don't know how to be professional. Come on now.
They don't know how to be professional at all, Dr. Tracy, and it bothers me because I am like, I cringe. And God forbid if you go into a makeup store, don't go into Sephora or Ulta or MAC or something. Everybody in there, oh, girl, Miss Thing, your lips, girl. Oh, my God, could you stop talking to me like that? Like, listen, just talk to me regular, and then let's figure out what I need so I can get the hell out of this store as soon as possible.
Listen, I went into a UPS, okay? There was a guy at the counter. He was of Indian descent, and he's working on customers, right? I look around, there's two black girls. They're probably in their about 20s, look like they're in their 20s or late teens. One of them is sitting in the back, twirling around on a spinny chair. Mm-hmm. The other one, I am not exaggerating, they have trap music playing on the radio.
Oh, hell no.
And then she's back there, twerking in the middle of the store.
In the middle of the store.
And the customer line is around the corner. And I just looked and I said, "Excuse me, could you turn that music down? I'm here to just send some packages back to Amazon. Right. I'm not trying to, this ain't the club.
This is not the trap house."
But the look she gave me, like I insulted her by asking her to do her job.
Yeah.
And you know what? The sad part, the poor little Indian man, he was so afraid to say anything.
Oh no, they ain't gonna say nothing. They not gonna say nothing.
He was like sitting there like, okay.
he's like, well, I'll take care of your packages.
Exactly.
I'll take care of your packages. It's okay. It's okay. No, Shaquita. No. Shaquanda, don't worry about it. I have it. I'll take care of it. I'll do it. We're gonna get DEI flag for that little making up for that voice right there.
Really? Okay, I'm sorry. My bad.
No, I'm not. No, they not. I don't care. Give me a break. If I can't do the Slurpee man from Simpson, y'all can kiss my grits. Okay. Okay. You want the Slurpee? I don't care. I did it. Flag it. I don't care. Okay. So some of these comments are really incredible. They're saying that they're a bunch of insecure babies.
Yes.
I agree. They're weird, mental illness. What are your thoughts on that, coming from the fact that you are a psychologist? Mm-hmm. What are some of your ideas pertaining to that? Are we dealing with mental illness in some of these areas or not?
So I just have to clarify. I'm a licensed therapist.
Licensed therapist.
Okay. And social worker.
And social worker.
And social work. Yeah, I just want to make sure somebody comes in. That's not what she does. So I'm like, okay,
whatever.
I just want to make sure.
People are whatever I say they are.
There we go.
Okay?
So
Since you people can call yourself them and there and they and all this other stuff. If I tell you the lady's a psychologist, then that's what she is. So if you want to sit and talk about, well, that's not what she does. She's a social worker. Well, on this page, on Petty Tuesday, she's a psychologist. If you don't think so, you're more than welcome to DM me, ho. I'm do it. Do it. It's me versus you. Well, if that's what you want to do, this is my show. Okay? This is my show. If I tell you she's a plastic surgeon, that's what she is. Okay? This is my Petty Tuesday. Go ahead on, Doc.
Lord have mercy. No, I mean, I'm not going to say there's no level of mental illness because it really is. You know, I honestly believe that entitlement has now become a mental illness.
Ooh.
I really
that
do believe
again.
that. I believe
circle that back, Doc. Circle that back.
I believe entitlement has become a mental illness, and I'll tell you why. I can support what I'm saying. I'm not just making a statement, because the entitlement is so bad that you hurt my feelings so hard, I have to take a mental health day. Mm-hmm. I need an emotional support animal because somebody has hurt my feelings. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. We'll get that's a whole nother subject. That whole my truth crap. Okay, that's a whole nother. But it's taken to the point now that, and we didn't take it there, they did. So let's start that. It's taken to the point now that any form of pushback against what a person who is unstable to a point, because there's got to be a level of instability, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Any sort of pushback they see as a personal and in some cases physical attack. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. And that's an entitlement. Yeah. I am entitled to feel good, and everyone else around me must do whatever I need them to do to make me feel good. I saw the comment, it's a form of narcissism. It is a form of narcissism to a degree, but I think it's even more so because, again, we're now at a stage where people are so entitled to what they're feeling or what they want to believe or their own, who they want to be, okay? That they really believe that the rest of the world should walk on eggshells around them. And when someone doesn't, whether it's a customer, whether it's a professor, whether it's Johnny walking down the street, all of a sudden you have injured me. And you know, the worst part is the mental health community is catering to that crap.
Oh, yes, they are.
That's the hard part for me. The mental health community is catering to it instead of calling it out for what it is. And that's the problem.
And that's a big problem. That's a big problem because it's like, you know, seeing a lady at the grocery store and her kid is just pulling stuff down off the shelves and stuff and yelling and screaming and urinating on the floor. And she's just standing there saying, well, you know, he's having a mental health day. You're like, if you don't pick that nappy-headed little boy up off this floor and get his ass out of here, but this is what the mental health community is doing. It's not calling a thing, Yana Van Zandt, not calling a thing and literally saying, no, this is not life.
Exactly.
This is not life. If you are not able to handle your emotions and your feelings, then you're not able to survive.
Exactly.
You cannot survive because you're not going to always be around somebody who is going to cotton ball you through your life.
Exactly.
I mean, what is it exactly that you want us to do? You want us to literally, somebody said, you're too fragile. You're too, this is ridiculous that I have to, I mean, and we're not talking about just children. We're talking about a 52-year-old man who's now decided he wants to be a woman.
Yep. Or a baby. Or a dog.
Or an animal.
A
52-year-old man who decided he wants to be a woman now, but you still look like a male gorilla.
Mm-hmm. I know who you're talking about too. That's the sad part.
I'm talking about most of them. You still look like a male chipmunk, and then you want to sit up here and tell me that I cannot be offended when I see you trying to use the same restroom that I'm using, I'm very offended.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
I'm frightened. I'm offended and I'm frightened. Ain't nobody trying to be in a locked room with your weird looking crazy ass, man. Because if you can't see yourself in the mirror, then you can't see me.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? Let's get into this clip real quick, Doc.
Okay.
Because I want to see what you had to say about this.
Is she strong enough to do this? Or you couldn't care.
This is a lady.
Is it really? I wasn't sure. I really wasn't sure.
Wait a minute.
I wasn't sure.
Man, those headphones. Wait a minute. Hey, Doc. Ah! Ah! Wait a minute. Oh. Okay, wait a minute. I'm back. This is a female. Okay? Okay? This lady.
Can we agree to disagree? Can we agree to disagree?
No, we cannot. No, we cannot. No, we cannot agree to disagree or nothing. This is a lady. Her name is Christian Larson, and she is the LA, Los Angeles Fire Department Assistant Chief.
She got lady parts?
This is a lady. This is a born lady. This is a lady. This is a female.
That's a born lady, really?
This is a lady.
All
This
right.
is a woman, a female. She has ovaries, unless they took them out, but she had them when she was born to fallopian tubes, coochie,
Okay, wait. Hold
vagine,
on.
all of that. She got
So she's a
titties.
lady
She got
who
titties
calls
up underneath that. Up underneath, she got titties there.
She got
Doc, this is breasts. Those are breasts.
and they weren't purchased.
No, Doc.
I'm just asking. They're real. They were just they weren't right. They weren't bought at Boobs R Us, right?
Oh, Lord.
I'm just checking. I just need to be clear.
Oh, okay. Now this is gonna get worse because once you hear a voice, wait, let me see. Let me go back.
Is she strong enough to do this? Or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire.
Megan, no, no,
We have to cut this Petty Tuesday short.
No, I'm sorry. Oh, wait, okay, wait a minute. Is she, this is gonna sound like an old movie. Is she a woman trying to be a man, pretending to be a woman? You remember that movie? Is she a woman pretending to be a man, pretending to be a woman? Is that what it is? I'm here for it. I'm not insulted. I just want clarity. I just want clarity. I want to know what I'm looking at. Is it a woman pretending to be a man, pretending to be a woman?
Somebody in the comments said, "Sir." Oh God. Oh, this is
I'm
the
very
pettiest day.
confused.
This is the pettiest day of the week.
I'm very confused though. Seriously.
This is the pettiest day of the week. You can't get no pettier than this.
I don't think
Dr. Tracy,
Yes.
this is a female, is what I'm trying to tell you. She was born a female. You understand?
I got that part. Okay.
What part don't you get? Because I'm telling
The
you.
voice, the haircut,
Okay, well,
the face,
I'm telling you what it is.
the broad
This is a lady.
shoulders, the Adam's apple.
No, that's fact. That's fact.
That's even worse. Okay. You got enough fat to look like you got an Adam's apple. Megan, I'm sorry to get you thrown off the air. I'm sorry. Let me be professional. I apologize.
Tears are coming down my face. I cannot take this. That lady said she got an Adam's apple. No, that is a double chin. That is not an Adam's apple. That is a double chin. Okay, now let's start back again.
All right, keep going.
We got to try to get through this.
I'm okay. Go ahead.
Come on, we got to get through this, Dr. Tracy.
Is she strong enough to do this? Or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire. Which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
Did you hear what she said?
Yes, I did. I was also caught up in the fact that she, sorry, has a deeper voice than like half a dozen men I know.
Oh yeah.
That's born that? Wow. Okay.
This lady said that somebody asked, a married lady asked her, well, how are you going to be able to carry my husband out of a burning building? And this hooker said that your husband must have been in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Strong enough to do this, or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire, which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
He needs to be fired.
I was the first African-American female promoted to the rank of battalion chief. With each promotion, more eyes come on you, more scrutiny. They want to know, does she know what she's doing? Does she keep her crew safe?
Some people walk in with the respect already. As a female, you have to know your stuff. You're not given an opportunity not to know it.
When it comes to women and being a police officer, you're capable of doing it. It's not a man's world. It's not a man's field. I'm here. I'm a woman and I'm doing it.
Okay, we don't care about you.
No,
We're talking about this thing up here at the So my question, Doc, is, oh Lord, after I've been crying and everything else. Oh.
Sorry.
My question is basically what we've been talking about so far. Is if you respond, you're a fire chief, and you say that a person in the burning building was in the wrong place at the wrong time because your big ass can't pick him up. First of all, to be honest with you, with a voice that deep and shoulders that broad, you ought to be able to pick up anything and anyone at any time, anywhere.
Exactly.
You too big of a man to be sitting up here talking about,
Well, I feel like if he's in the building, he's in the wrong place.
Look here, sir, mister.
You said it was a woman. I'm going by what you said.
This lady is a woman. This is a lady. Her name, she's not trans, nothing. This is a broad.
I really thought it was
These are the old school. I don't know if I can say dyke on here. These are the old school. I just said it. DYKEs. She's old school. Okay, y'all remember them?
Okay, that means
y'all remember them at Catch
all right,
One?
all right.
Okay, but this is what I'm talking about as it pertains to DEI and how bad it makes everything else look. Because you've hired this lady, and this lady's response is to say that the reason if she can't pick up your husband out of a burning building, it's because he shouldn't have been there.
Yep.
Now, if a white lady had said that or a white man had said that, y'all be up in arms. But you let this black sir, ma'am, sir, lady thing, whatever. I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm just saying, like, what you let her say it and get away with it.
Yeah. It's interesting because now I have many very close friends who are first responders in all capacities. Okay. Mm-hmm. One of my dearest friends just retired after 25 years, sheriff's department, right? Kid. So it has nothing to do with being a woman in a first responder position. To me, it really doesn't. If you can do the job, you do the job. Mm-hmm. But don't fool yourself, number one, into thinking you can do every aspect of that job that a male can do, like carry a grown-ass man out of a fire. That's number one. Number two, don't make you're basically talking about if you die, it's your fault. That is not a statement of anyone in authority as a first responder should say. Right. In any capacity. She should have been fired on the spot for that comment. Because like you said, if it was a white male who made that comment, it would have been front page news.
Front page news.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to the next one. Next one. What do you think Californians in particular need to know about these fires?
I think that if they don't already know the stuff that's out there, then they obviously people in the midst of it are not focusing so much on that right now. Maybe they are even more, but they need to know that, first of all, they keep calling it a natural disaster. So I've heard people comparing it to hurricanes in Florida. Okay. Mm-hmm. Fires in and of themselves are usually not natural disasters. They're because there's got to be, like, if there's a hurricane, okay, a hurricane can hit anywhere. It's in its path. A fire has to have a starter. It has to have kindling. It has to have ignition. It's got to have things to start. Okay. Now, if you live in a state that is that a portion of this state is little more than a kindling box, okay, then what they should do is the leaders of that state should make sure that when, not if, these fires start, because this ain't the first time. This is like the 10th, 15th fire, massive fire California's had. It's a foregone conclusion. Have water, okay? That might be the first thing you do. Make sure there's water. Don't cut the budget by $17 million like the mayor did. Don't send fire.
Who, by the way, is a black lady.
Yeah, I saw her.
Just want to throw that in there. Just want to throw that in there.
She looked like the mayor of Whoville. Did you ever see the woman? She looked like the mayor of Whoville. Did you see that? I was like, who is this? Is the mayor of LA? I was like, she's sitting there reading the swear, talking about if you need help, contact URL. Did you see that clip? She didn't even know. Help me, Lord. She might have.
No, I did not see that clip. Oh, I need to find that clip.
Oh Lord, you gotta
she
find that
said
clip.
what?
She was so she was out of the country. We going on tangent.
I remember that. I remember that.
So she came back and she was approached in the airport by a reporter who was given like spitting facts that the 17 million cut, that all of this. And then she turned around and she didn't make any statement. She ignored him. So of course she had to make a public statement. Someone wrote it for her, but she didn't know how to read. So she started reading the thing and she's like, we're here to help and blah, blah, blah. And then she goes, and if you need help, contact URL. And she didn't even catch herself. She just kept going. I'm like, oh my God.
Okay, let me see if I can. Let me see.
So while you're looking for it. So
I'm looking for it.
Yeah. So what, to answer your question, I was like, what Californians need to know is that they're now let me say this. I pray for anyone who's suffering loss.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
without a doubt. Nobody should, I don't wish bad on anybody. Okay. No. But I do understand that the policies that and the people who have enacted these policies are the people they put in office by a landslide.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So
again, I'm not wishing bad, but there is a thing called cause and effect.
That's right.
I saw a fire hydrant. I saw a picture. Did you find the clip?
I got it.
Yeah. I saw a picture of a fire hydrant with painted in rainbows that had no water.
I saw that.
You saw that? That right there should be the picture of what's wrong with California. Right there. You took time to pick a certain thing, but ain't got no water.
So here's the situation. As you guys know, here, let me play this clip real quick so we can get this done. Hopefully it shows up like it should. Let's see.
There it is.
Today with incredible
Oh, don't do me like that.
Sympathy and concern about the devastation.
Oh, what's wrong? Come on now. Okay,
and the tragedy that our city and county are facing. And I definitely want to send my condolences to the families who lost loved ones, to the families and neighborhoods who lost property. This firestorm is the big one in magnitude. Hurricane force winds are usually accompanied by rainstorms.
I don't want to sit here and listen to you.
But these are hurricane force winds that are combined with extreme.
Okay, we're just gonna take your word for it.
Yeah.
All right, because I'm not gonna sit here and listen to this.
Listen, Google it. It's out there. But she literally said, so these aren't the brightest crayons in the box that they put in these positions.
No, which is exactly the point. So as Dr. Tracy had already said, everybody, I'm from California, born and raised, Southern California, lived in LA for probably, 20 something years after moving out from Orange County. LA, I consider to be a place, like home. So these fires are they hurt me, because a lot of people that I know lost homes. A lot of people that I know are still evacuated right now. Not sure when they're going to be able to get back into their house, if they're going to be able to get back into their house. And the fact that the majority of these homes, especially in the Pacific Palisades, that have been burned down to complete ash, which I find to be very interesting. The level of heat I find to be very interesting. But these homes have been burned to the ash. Is literally, most of these homes, their backyard is the Pacific Ocean.
Yes. Yes.
You couldn't have more water. If the Pacific Ocean is in their backyard and their house burned down to the ground, and to the point that you made, Dr. Tracy, these fires happen all the time.
Yep.
Every year.
Yep.
All the time. So the fact that you sold water. See, this is what I want my fellow Californians to know. There's a couple of things that I need you to know. The first thing that I need you to know is you always have fires. You're always on fire. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing I need you to know is that the reason why you did not have water is because they sold a natural resource.
Yep.
You're a dirty dog if you selling water. You're selling reserves.
Yep.
So they sold the water so that they can make almonds and keep some kafalka fish or something.
Yeah, it's all about the fish. Yeah,
some kind of fish or something. Smelt or kafalka or whatever it was. So you selling water. So you always have fire. So you know you need water because you always have fires. Then you sell the water. Then on top of selling the water, you got a bunch of people running around here who could not put out a fire if it was a campfire.
Yep.
What you need to understand, Californians, what I need you to really understand. I need you to understand that the people that you have put in charge of your life are doing like this to you.
They sure are, 100%.
It's rotating.
Yep.
They're doing like this to you. They do not care about you at all. They're talking about making smart cities and all this other stuff. People are dying. People are dead. We do not even know the effects of the smoke of these chemicals that are burning in the air.
Yep.
We have no idea what the effect is going to be on the lungs and the respiratory systems of the people that are breathing this stuff. We have no idea about that just yet. This stuff is going to start coming up 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, when your kids is walking around, their hair is falling off. This is going to be happening. California, you need to understand. Listen, let me tell you something. Somebody sent me a DM. You know, I get pissed off when my glasses come on. Somebody sent me a DM and said to me, do I really think that Trump cares about us?
Oh, yeah.
And I said to her, you're asking the wrong question. It's not whether or not Trump cares about us. It's if Trump cares about this country.
Amen.
And I need you people to understand that nobody needs to care about you directly. You want them to care about their country and how to keep the country afloat, because that is caring about you indirectly.
Exactly.
Why can't you understand that? I'm trying to figure out why people always, especially Black people, you always ask and talk about Trump don't care about us. Trump don't know you, ho.
Yeah.
He does not know you. Was you one of the coochies that he tap? If not, then move your ass out the damn way. Nobody gives a damn about you because we don't know you. He does not know you. He doesn't know me. He doesn't. Trump don't care about me. I don't need him to care about me. I need him to care about this country, because if he cares about the country, then of course I will be able to be successful if the country is still standing.
What do they say? A rising tide lifts all boats.
If the country is burned down to the effing ground, then we all have nothing. It don't matter if they care or not.
Exactly.
Are you paying attention to what I'm talking about? Y'all are sitting up here worried about the wrong damn thing, as always, because you're emotionally involved in something while your house is burned down. So now your house is in ash. It's not even in rubbles. It's in ash. I mean, I'm talking about, I see people with rakes trying to comb through ash. What is going on here? It's completely gone. And you got some hooker sitting over there talking about, well, the only reason why they're scrutinizing the mayor is because she's a black woman. She's being scrutinized, ho, because she said contact URL. That's why she's being scrutinized. She's being scrutinized because she does not know what she's doing. She has no idea. How could you allow water to be sold in a county that's always on fire?
Exactly. How can you cut a budget of $17 million?
How can you cut a budget of $17 million? You cut a budget in a place that you know you need that budget because you always on fire.
Exactly. Or my favorite.
You know you in a drought, you big dummy. You always in a drought. You done been in a drought for 50 years, but you're selling water to a family. So what we got to do? We got to go over there to the family house with a cup. May I have some porridge, please? Excuse me, ma'am. May I have some porridge? What you gonna have? You gonna have 20 million people in the county of LA lining up to these people's house asking for a cup of water? Why did you sell the water, you big dummy? This is what I'm talking about. And this is the problem. And I wanted to get into the Trump syndrome real quick because I want your opinion on whatever this thing is. Are you people liking and sharing and subscribing? You better hurry up. And if I find out, that you people is watching Petty Tuesday and you not liking, sharing, and subscribing, I'm going to find a way to block you. I'm going to find out a way to block the URL.
Wait, before we move on, I got to share two things. Two things I got to share about the fire, right?
Okay.
I got to be petty for just a minute. Okay.
Yes.
Number one is clinically, and you know this yourself because you are a licensed professional, right? The definition of sanity is what?
Insanity or sanity?
Over and over again.
Insanity, yes.
Insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
That is correct.
How many of these people who lost their homes, who voted the mayor, the governor, voted them into office, when this is all over, are going to rebuild in LA, and they're going to still vote for the same people and the same policies. That you asked me earlier about were some people mentally, clinically insane? I think yes, because if my house burned to ashes because of policies, I'd be a Floridian like you. Okay,
you can miss me with that. I bet you won't burn it down again. Hey, George Bush said, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me, can't fool me again."
Exactly. Now, the last thing I want to say, and I don't know if you heard this right. Okay, I'm gonna be real petty on this one, y'all.
Well, come on, it's Tuesday. This is the day to be petty.
Patrice Cullors, the founder of BLM. Did you hear about that?
Two of her
mansions. 2 of her 3 mansions burned down. And they talk about the tragedy strikes her. Okay.
Well,
I said, "What you say? Miss me with that?" Okay.
Well, it is a tragedy and it has struck, but I don't know what to say because again, the problem is that you put people in place. You know, I give these examples all the time because I know people understand relationships. If somebody said good, that's not nice. If you good, I hope they catch the third one. Y'all ain't no good. I give these examples all the time because I know that people understand relationships. If you're in a relationship with a man, if a woman is in a relationship with a man and he's beating the snot out of her, and then he says, "Well, baby, I love you. I really love you, and you make me do this. I'm just angry. I had a bad day at work, and so I won't do it again." And then you say, "Okay, well, God says forgive 70 times 7 or whatever." And then, so then, a couple of days go or whatever, and then a football game comes on, and his team loses, and he's drinking beer, and then he beats you again. And he beaten, I'm talking, just some teeth missing. Okay. He beats you again. And then the next day after he passes out and he sees that your face is all busted up and everything. And then he says, dang, baby, I'm so sorry. My team, I just get so emotional when my team loses. The last football game I went to was with my dad the week before he died. And so I'm so emotionally attached to the football team. And so when they lose, I just get upset, and you hurt the people that you love and all this bullshit. And then a couple of days go by and he's loving you and rubbing your wounds and telling you, oh, I'm so sorry, I'll never do it again. And then a week later, something else happens and he beats your tail again, and he beats you and he beats you and he beats you and he beats you. And then your house burns down.
Right.
This is what is going on when you constantly put people in power.
Yes.
That mean you no good.
Speak.
They mean you no good, California. They don't mean you any good. They're there to pad their pockets and to get rid of you by any means necessary. And let it be known right here on Petty Tuesday that I said it. It don't even matter how much money you have.
Nope.
They burning down $20 million mansions, $4 million mansions, $5 million, $17 million, $18 million. They don't give a damn about Pacific Palisades, baby. They will burn half of those 75, 80, 95% of the people in Pacific Palisades was telling us to vote for Kamala Harris.
Exactly.
That's a fact.
That's what I'm saying. But you know what? I'm going to use your same analogy. You know why the man keeps beating her behind?
Because she keeps going back.
Because he knows that she's going to go back. So nothing's going to change. The leadership's not going to change. The DEI stuff is not going to change. The mismanagement of funds is not going to change, because they know that the people are going to come back. They're going to, like I said, they're going to rebuild that same $20 million mansion and still got a fire hydrant with rainbow colors with no water. And then next time, act shocked when the Santa Ana winds come by and the whole thing turns into kindling again. So it's the same principle. So that's what I'm saying. It's the definition of insanity. Because if I had a client, and I know it's the same with you, if you had a client who kept going back, but kept coming to you saying, what should I do? Eventually you're going to say, I can't see you anymore, because
You must like it. You must like it.
You must like it.
You must like your house getting burned down. You must like this rainbow fire hydrant ain't got no damn water in it. You must like it, because I'm trying to understand. You must like $6 a gallon gas in California.
Yes,
you must like being the highest tax paying people in the country.
Yep.
How is it possible, California, that you pay the highest taxes in the country and you ain't got no water?
That's what I'm saying.
What kind of pimp? Damn, even a pimp let you get your nails done. Even a pimp take you to the doctor two times a year. I mean, even a pimp. I mean, you don't understand me. A pimp get your hair done, try to keep your skin. Your pimp is at least buying your drugs for you. My God, Jesus, you the highest paying. You pay the highest taxes, and you ain't got no water. Your pimp don't like you at all. Your pimp don't even like you. He got you behind the trash can. You understand me?
Somewhere. Selling you to Jim the drug addict down the street.
He's selling you to the crackhead down the street for a penny. He's selling you for a penny, and then takes 75% of your penny. You left with 0.25 pesos. This is bad.
But you keep going back, and that's the problem.
Keep going back.
That's it right there. All right. That's so we done beat that horse, I guess. There's nothing else we can do.
Okay, so in closing, I know we want to talk about the Trump syndrome, but I just want to say this in closing. I want to get your final comments about this.
Okay.
This is my personal opinion. I don't have any quote unquote proof, but the proof is in the pudding. So I don't necessarily need proof per se.
Mm-hmm.
When Trump was in office last time, he had to deal with the COVID.
Yes.
And I did not think at that time that it was done on purpose. But now that I see that he's about to be in office again, and now he has to deal with, they're saying it's over $150 billion with a B dollars worth of damage that has been done so far.
Mm-hmm.
He has to deal with that. He has to deal with trying to appeal this crazy case where they said 34 counts or whatever that was.
Whatever.
He has to appeal that. So they gave him a verdict, but it's a bullshit. It's BS, right?
Right. So
he has to deal with these fires. He has to deal with that whole case and all that stuff going on. Biden is sending $770.
Yes, I saw that. I'm like, damn.
North Carolina still got problems.
Yep.
They still, from the hurricanes. I mean, it's all kind of stuff going on. Biden he's still sending money to Ukraine. I personally have considered looking for somebody to date in Ukraine because they got money.
Why not?
If anybody is watching from Ukraine, can you hit me in my DMs? Because you got money. Matter of fact, you got my money.
Yes.
So let's talk. I'm single. Let's get it together. If
Why
you
not?
are from Ukraine, either you live in Ukraine or you live here, I don't care. You can come visit me. I can visit you. We can talk. We can FaceTime. Whatever. I need some of that money.
There you go.
Because Biden is sending billions and billions of dollars over to Ukraine. Trump gonna have to figure out some kind of way to get that money back. This is my way of getting it back. I say we start dating these hoes. I say let's just. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's just. Hey, baby, can I get my mortgage this month? Like, come on, like,
pay my mortgage this month. Pay my house off, okay?
Yeah, pay my house off.
You
I
got
need a
the
car.
money.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Let's just start prostituting ourselves to Ukraine because basically that's what we're doing anyways. But we're not getting anything from it. Can I at least get a ooh-ah from it? Like, I need something. This is ridiculous, right? So anyways, my what I want you to kind of end on, or you can end on whatever you want, but just are they doing this on purpose to make his presidency shambles and
100.
to put so much on his plate that he really can't be a good president for the country, and he cannot in fact make America great again?
Exactly. Yeah. So the fact of the matter is that the next 2 years are going to be like, to a degree, would be like Camelot. He has the House, he has the Senate, he has the Supreme Court, and of course the presidency. He got the popular vote and the electoral vote. No one can do anything for 2 years. So their strategy is just what you said. We are going to, can I say shit show?
Yeah,
I
shit
just
show.
said it. We are going to, in the last 3 months of Biden in office, we are going to turn the U.S. into such a shit show that it's going to take him 2 years to dig out. So what's going to happen in 2 years? Very simple. They're going to blame all of this on Trump, even though, because, you know, Americans with DTS, okay, they have very short memories. So they're going to start blaming all of this on Trump so that in 2 years, hopefully they can win back one of the two houses or both. Yeah. If they can win back one of the two houses or both, then they can spend Trump's last 2 years doing the same thing they did back in 2016, which is Trump coming up with all the stupid charges and impeachments and crap to keep him busy. It is I have never in my life, in all of my years of living, seen a lame duck president and his office do as much damage in the last 3 months, 2 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the last 2 months in office, as I've seen, Biden, is he senile? Yes, but he is surrounded by very smart people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's their strategy. You know, and look, it's the same thing. You pile the crap up so high that person can't dig themselves out. That's exactly what they're doing. And the whole thing is so that, watch me. Let me tell you something. I predicted Kamala running back in May of last year.
Wow.
I was talking to a friend of mine, and we were talking, and I said, Biden, this was before the debate. I said, Biden cannot win because of the way the economy is. I said, so what they're going to do is they're going to find a way. I didn't know what it was going to be. I said, they're going to find a way to move him out. And then I said, but the next logical person is Kamala. And the person I was talking to was like, oh my God, no, if no one likes her, everyone hates her. I said, oh, that has nothing to do with it. They're not running her because she's good. They're running her because she's a Black woman. And it's a win-win, because if she wins, then it'll still be the same system in office. Because let's not fool ourselves.
Right. They'll just keep rolling it out. Yeah.
It's a system. But if she loses, they can blame it on racism and sexism. So I said that back in May of 2024, watched it happen. Mark my words, have me back on the show in 2 years, okay?
Okay.
They are going to blame everything on Trump. Oh, California, North Carolina, they trying to roll out some new disease coming out, some new COVID issue. They're going to blame it all. And the whole purpose is so in 2 years, they can use that as the platform to win back the House, the Senate, and both.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to do. And then that way they can spend the last 2 years of his presidency tying him up,
undermining anything you could probably do.
So what we have to do as Americans is we have to not fall for the okie doke.
Yeah, we cannot fall for the okie doke. You guys put your hands together for Dr. Tracy in the building. Oh my goodness, what a pleasure. I have laughed. Oh my goodness, I have laughed too. I have cried. We done saw a fat transforming into an Adam's apple. We done tried to figure out if the dude looks like a lady. This is a mess. And I'm so honored to have you on Petty Tuesday. Dr. Tracy, thank you so much. I admire you. I love you so much. And thank you so much for being here.
And thank you for having me. This is the most fun I've ever had. I ain't gonna lie.
Wonderful. Y'all put your hands together for Dr. Tracy. Make sure that you follow her. Oh, Dr. Tracy, where can they follow you?
On Instagram, it's Dr. Tracy, Dr. Dr. Tracy Traveler. And on TikTok, I'm Dr. Seed Planter. No, I'm sorry. Seed Planter. S-E-E-D. Yes.
S-E-E-D Planter. And Dr. Tracy has these reality checks. We didn't get a chance to look at one, but she has these reality checks where they're just, like 30 seconds, 90 seconds long, where she's just basically running down some real common sense and giving you a reality check. And so we just love you, Dr. Tracy. Thank you so much again for being on with us. And you are welcome back anytime.
All right.
Anytime. Thank you so much. All right, y'all. Love you so much. This is been a good night. I want you all to be safe. I want you to, take care of yourselves. And of course, those of you, my fellow Californians, I love you. Take care of yourself. I thought I would never say this, but put on a mask. You got to put on a mask. Try not to breathe this stuff. And if you can get a nebulizer, give yourself some treatments, all this kind of things. Drink some water. If you can find some, make sure you drink plenty of bottled water. You may have to go over there to the let me not start again, because I can see a vein coming out here right in the middle. I love y'all. Bye.